Since April is National Poetry Month, it is important to recognize and appreciate all sorts of different poets. Here's a list of poets that you should check out. Maya Angelou has lots of amazing works, and so does Langston Hughes. Robert Frost is an amazing poet with a remarkable use of words. Some older poets you've heard of are William Shakespeare and Edgar Allan Poe. Every artist expresses themselves in a unique and interesting way. There are hundreds of more to choose from, so get started.
Amanda Gorman has written poems for historic occasions. Now she's making history herself.
How cool is this?
It's amazing, especially at my age. No one really gets to say at 22, I am the inaugural poet.
Gorman says she researched the speeches of Abraham Lincoln and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as she began writing.
And then on the Wednesday in which we saw the insurrection at the Capitol, that was the day that the poem really came to life, and I really put pedal to the metal.
Did that change the poem for you?
Definitely. I wanted it to be a message of hope and unity. And I think that Wednesday for me really just underscored how much that was needed, but to not turn a blind eye to the cracks that really need to be filled.
Gorman was named the nation's first Youth Poet Laureate at 19. At 16, she was Youth Poet Laureate of Los Angeles, where she was raised by a single mom, Joan, an English teacher.
The anthem will sing, Amanda, drop your R's, but do not drop your volume. Amanda,
and writing became her way over a daunting obstacle.
I had a speech impediment, and so if I couldn't use my voice, then I would author my voice on the page. So it's really been a godsend and a lifeline for me.
How did you overcome it?
Poetry. And, to put it short, spoken word became my own type of pathology. And so once I arrived at the point in my life in high school where I said, you know what, writing my poems on the page isn't enough for me. I have to give them breath and life. I have to perform them as I am. That was the moment that I was able to grow past my speech impediment.
Gorman, who had particular trouble with the letter R, also used music as therapy.
When I am on stage, I feel electric. I feel like I could breathe fire. I feel like I am summoning the energy, not only of myself, but of my ancestors. Poetry is a weapon. It is an instrument of social change. And poetry is one of the most political arts out there because it demands that you rupture and destabilize the language in which you're working with. Inherently, you are pushing against the status quo. And so for me, it's always existed in that tradition of truth-telling.
Good morning, Stone students. Hope you had a great first week back from spring break and to the start of the fourth and last quarter. It has been so nice to see you again, both in person and behind the screen. This week, we honor and celebrate our incredibly dedicated assistant principals, Ms. Bowman and Mr. Hudson, as well as our Director of Student Services, Ms. Stubblefield, for National Assistant Principals Week. I want to applaud their efforts for all they have done to support our Stone community this year. If you see them around, be sure to say thank you. Yesterday, we were able to honor another special individual at Stone. Our Region 5 leadership team surprised Mr. Anson Yan's first period class as he has been recognized as the Region 5 Outstanding New Teacher. He will go on to compete for the Outstanding New Teacher for the entire county in the coming weeks. Congratulations, Mr. Yan, on this incredible honor. I know this time of year can be hard as we push through in anticipation for the summer. I want to encourage you to continue to stay active and engaged in your classes, be mindful of deadlines of your assignments, and continue to reach out if you need support. I encourage you to look into any upcoming fourth quarter after school activities as well. This week's Portrait of a Panther winners are Zach Johnson, Aaliyah Robinson, Elizabeth Miller, Bodie Rodriguez Jimenez, Avery Perry, Chris Lee, Catherine MacArthur, Emmanuel Patulat, and Angel Perez, and Charles Morgan. Looks like we have a rainy weather in store for us this weekend. Regardless, hope you enjoy some time away from the screen and school. Have a wonderful day and weekend.